Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. Today we are going to do a revision and discuss the answer scheme for the knowledge chapter. So for the first chapter is chapter 2, which is Ecology, that is going to come out in your PSPM 2. It's about 7 marks from this chapter. Okay, so all of you please get ready with the SAL book so we can discuss the question from the parts knowledge perspective. Okay, so this one is your question. Okay. So for the first question, okay, so let's have a look at the question. Before we answer the question, so just make sure you understand what is the question about and what is the question asking for. Okay, so for the first one is a pyramid number. Okay, so what you can understand by pyramid number? So this one is based on counting. Okay, so based on counting the species number. Okay, so means if here, I put a small size. Alright, so here means we count how many plants that we have. Okay, the grasshopper, the frog, and the eagle. Okay, so the food pyramid and the pyramid of number is normally from the food chain. Okay, so now have a look. Other than state the two other ecological pyramids. So if you recall back, okay, so all together we have 3 ecological pyramids. So which one? The first one is pyramid number. Okay, so we have a pyramid biomass. Okay, so can you understand what I mean by biomass? So we take the dry weight, and the third one is pyramid energy. So now, from the question, we understand they already give you the pyramid of number. So these two will be here. Okay, so your answer will be pyramid biomass. Okay, right, so they also give you the suggestion, right? And the second one is pyramid energy. Done for the first question. So it's easy, because it's straightforward only. Okay, so next, so let's have a look. Identify the secondary consumer. Okay, if like this, secondary consumer. Okay, so you have to go back here and have a look your food pyramid here. Okay, so what is the role of your plant? Okay, so plant. So plant is considered as primary producer. Okay, so why primary producer? Because they are the one that able to capture the sunlight and produce into the glucose. Okay, so your grasshopper will consider as primary. Okay, primary consumer. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, primary consumer. And now your frog will be, is it primary? No. Okay, so now it's considered as secondary. Okay, secondary consumer. And your eagle will be tertiary consumer. Okay, alright. So here clearly we can see the answer. Alright. So once we already identified, then you can answer. Okay, so your answer will be frog. Okay, so please make sure before you answer your structure, you identify all the information, then you transfer into the answer column. Okay, so according to figure 1.1, why there is no organism occupied at trophic level 5? Okay, so we go back. Okay, so we go back. If you look at here, only 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so what is actually happened at level 5, the trophic level 5? Okay, so as you know, from one level to another, okay, what happened to the energy flow? Yes, the energy flow will become lesser. Okay, so means from plant to grasshopper is about only 10% of the energy can be passed through. Okay, so what happened to the rest? Yes, they will be lost to the environment as heat energy, or maybe the energy through respiration, excretion, or maybe some of the organism dead. Okay, is so not consumed by the other consumer. Right? So how we are going to answer here? All right. So the energy become less. Okay, because they are asking you why. So you have to start your answer. The energy will become less when transferred from one profit level to other. Okay, first one. Okay, then we continue. So why the level or the energy is lost? Okay, so energy is lost due to respiration. Okay, or what else? Excretion, good, and maybe transpiration. Okay, so this one. All right. So normally, if they give you 2 marks, but actually the point or the answer scheme will be more than 2 points. Okay, so you have to give the reason now, because the energy less transfer. Why the energy less transfer? Because due to the respiration. So what happened? So less energy left at profit level. So please make sure. So you have to give a reason. Okay, why the profit level only consists of 5 profit level. Okay, so let's go for the next question. All right, so this one is the zonation. Okay, hope you still remember about the zonation in lake ecosystem. So can you recall back how the ecosystem ataupun the lake zonation is occur? Okay, so first based on light penetration. Okay, then the second based on distance from shore and also water depth. Okay, so allow me to mix the language. Jadi distance from shore and water depth. Jadi jarak daripada darat dan juga kedalaman. And another one is a light penetration. So berapa banyak penetrasi light yang boleh kena sehingga ke dasar ke ataupun tidak. Okay, so zonation pada tasik adalah berdasarkan 2 faktor ini. Right? And for these 2 factor, as you know, the light penetration is depend on 2 zonation which we call as forfeit dan juga air forfeit. So, awak identify dulu sebelum jawab esok. Dia turun ke bawah pula. Okay. Forfeit and air forfeit. Okay. So, kalau distance, alright, from the shore, we have a littoral, magnetic, okay, so littoral dan magnetic. Okay, so selalunya kalau dasar sekali kita sebut sebagai apa? Yes, Atlantic zone. Okay, so kenal pasti dulu dan baru kita mula jawab. Now, identify the following zone. So if you look at this zone, okay, so kita nampak dia near to the shore. Okay, and definitely the penetration of sunlight will be the maximum. So this one will be the, is it 40 or little? Okay, so if you look at here, all right, so this one is distance from the shore, and at the same time the penetration of sunlight in this area is high. So this one is better known as littoral. Okay, right. How about the second one? Q. Okay. So now it's in the middle. Dah nampak dia dah jauh sikit. Okay. Dan penetration of sunlight kita masih nampak, tapi dia dah mula ada kedalaman. Okay, so Q, the best is lymphatic. Okay, and the third one will be, alright, so kita nampak yang ini adalah apoptic. Maksudnya mula tak dapat ataupun kekurangan sunlight penetration di sini. Okay, dan dia lebih dalam dan jauh daripada shore. So this one is better known as apoptic. Okay, sebab bahagian yang tidak dapat sunlight. Okay, so if you look at this question, shade the area. Okay, kalau soalan macam ni keluar, pastikan you guna balik figure. Okay, jangan pula lukis lain dan baru shade, salah So, shade the area in figure 1 where the light penetrates. So, sepatutnya kawasan mana? Kita ambil highlight ni. Okay, so sepatutnya adalah kawasan orchid. Okay, ini bahagian. Okay, mak saya dah terbuat kat bawah so this area. So you shade. Alright, so next we continue. Okay, state one organism that can be found on zone R. So if you look at here, zone R. Okay, so kita tahu dia dalam. So the penetration of sunlight is minimum or almost zero. So apakah jenis organisma yang boleh adapt, okay, to the dark environment? Okay, so boleh ke algae duduk? Okay, tak boleh sebab penetration sunlight tak ada, jadi dia tak boleh buat photosynthesis. Jadi bila algae tak ada, so kita memang susah untuk jumpa the zooplankton, small fish sebab dia tak boleh nak feed on the plant. Jadi the best organism that can survive here is normally bacteria, okay, or decomposer. Okay, well. So now, second question number 1. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Alright, so question number 2 is the carbon cycle. So if you recall back, okay, during your syllabus, we are learning about the carbon cycle, we are learning about the nitrogen cycle, and another one is the phosphorus cycle. Okay, so this question is asking about the carbon cycle. So before you identify the stages, so please have a look the process that occurs. So the first one, carbon in atmosphere. Okay, so what process, okay, menyebabkan the ocean carbon reservoir. So dia dapat, okay, and nampak petroleum, carbon in solution, carbon in soil, animal use and plant use, and they give back. Okay, so kalau macam ni, rasanya apakah proses A? Okay, sebelum kita terus jawab, what is the process A? From atmosphere, okay, your carbon dioxide now go to the reservoir. Okay, so diffusion. Next, okay, B. So what process, okay, your plant can use the carbon? Yes, photosynthesis. Okay, in what process animal and also plant can return back the carbon? Okay, so normally in form of carbon dioxide. So the best answer is respiration. Okay, D. Okay, so carbon from the soil. Okay, we return back to atmosphere. So decomposition. Okay, alright, done. Okay, so easy for you to understand everything. Okay, then baru kita jawab. So all the answer is stated here. So A will be the diffusion. Okay, so B will be the photosynthesis. C will be the respiration, and D decomposition. Okay, so you make sure you jawab di sini So madam sebab nak ajar kan, jadi tak apalah tulis kat sana. Okay, state the role of decomposer. Okay, alright. So student, please don't get confused between the decomposer and the detritus. Apa dia detritus? Apa dia? Okay. Selalu akan ada confusion. Decomposer ni apa? Detritus ni apa? Okay, so what is this actually? Alright. So, kalau dia adalah detritus means they feed on dead material ataupun the waste material. Okey, so senang ingat detrivore. Contohnya seperti siapa? Millipede, earthworm. Okey. Jadi itu adalah maksudnya dia consume sahaja. Okey, they just feed, dia makan sahaja. Tapi our decomposer, so what the decomposer will do, they will extract. Okay, extract. Okay, and they will fix. Okay, fix the carbon from the death or decaying or organism. Okay, and make it available to living organism. Okay. So dua mata dekat sini So the first part, nanti saya turunkan ke bawah supaya nampak. Right. Extract. So, maksudnya kita punya decomposer. Okay, what are the example of the decomposer? Okay, so example, okay, like fungus. Okay, fungus, soil, bacteria. Okay, semua ni adalah example for the decomposer. So normally they will break down. Okay, so all the chemical compound yang masih available dalam decaying organism tu dia akan break down dan dia boleh guna semula. So bila dia break down tu maksudnya tanah kita mendapat sumber tu. Itu maksudnya decomposer, and comparekan dengan detrivore. Detrivore ni dia only feed, dia makan sahaja dan dia tak buat kerja lain. Okay, senang kita. Okay, two main form of carbon dissolve in ocean. Okay, so the first is a carbonate. Alright, and the second one, bicarbonate. Okay, so yang ni yang penting Okay, briefly explain how the carbon cycle amplify the greenhouse effect. Okay, so you have to understand what mean by greenhouse effect. Kita biasa dengar kan bila ada sebut pasal cuaca everything, they always give telling us about ini adalah kesan rumah hijau. Greenhouse effect is due to what? Okay, so due to CO2 in atmosphere in high level. Okay, so in high level. So bila CO2 banyak, apakah efek dia? So our temperature will increase. Not our body temperature our environment temperature will increase. Right. So 2 marks is here. Okay. So next question. Okay, let's go to question number 3. Macam saya bagi tahu tadi. Alright. So macam ni, tolong jangan terus tengok apa soalan ni nak. You just identify to it. Another carbon cycle is asked. Okay. So now you just identify to it. Proses apa? Okay. So bila fuel, okay, dia akan release the carbon. So this one will be the combustion. Alright, then the next one. Okay, proses apa? Okay, so nampak animal. Okay, ni the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, they release, okay, to environment. So this one will be respiration. Now, okay, so you think X ni apa rasanya? Nampak? Okay, so CO2 in atmosphere and dissolve in water. So dia pergi kat sini. Maksudnya carbon dioxide in environment taken by what is X? Yes, this will be your producer, but you give the example of plant or can be the green algae. Okay. And now decay. Kita tahu during decay actually apa yang berlaku? So sebenarnya respiration berlaku. Okay, so they will release the CO2 back to environment. So apa yang jadi pada animal? How the animal can release the CO2 to environment? Yes, respiration. So that. Okay, so cycle lah kita punya cycle. Okay, now kita dah label So what is one? One is combustion. Okay, and what is two? So nampak benda yang sama. So two is respiration. here. Okay, name the component label X. That's why saya kata better kita label siap-siap dan kita nampak kita punya cycle ni betul dan baru kita terus jawab. Kita risau bila kita tengok soalan baru nak tengok balik cycle ni pasal apa, takut kita buat silap. Okay, sebab dalam exam kan, kalau dalam exam kita mesti nervous. Okay, so what is name? This one is the plant or green algae. Kenapa saya sebut green algae? Jangan lupa kita dah pernah belajar biodiversity. Kita ada brown algae. Okay, so normally we focus on green algae lah. Okay, what is the significant process 1, 2 and 3? Do you look at back here? Process 1, 2 and 3. So sebenarnya semua proses ni they are like a return back all the carbon back to atmosphere. Okay, so if you recall balik ecology, when they are discussing about the cycle, they got two. One is a cycling pool, one is a reservoir pool. What mean by reservoir? Simpanan. Nampak? The simpanan here is your atmosphere. Okay, so what will be your cycling pool? Those able to absorb and be used and give back to other organisms. So normally here, for this example, our plant, a green plant and animal and the decay. Okay, so bacteria lah. Right, so maksudnya dia yang tolong ambil, dia guna dan dia pulangkan semula balik kepada reservoir pool. Okay, now kita nampak semua cycling pool dia pulangkan semula CO2 pada reservoir pool. So what is the significance? Kenapa perlu dipulangkan? Okay, look back here. So they call as a cycle. Cycle means what? They have to return ataupun dia boleh diguna semula. Okay, so that's why namanya is a cycle. Why? To return back carbon to atmosphere. Okay, kat sini better kita tulis atmosphere sebab dalam cycle ni dia dah tulis atmosphere. Okay, kalau dia tak tulis atmosphere, boleh kita tulis apa back to reservoir pool. Okay, to return back the carbon to atmosphere. Okay, dalam exam kalau boleh carbon mesti tulis penuh, jangan C saja. Okay, so carbon, alright. Then, dengar, ada dua markah so markah diberi adalah dua. Jadi ini baru satu point, jadi satu markah. Kenapa kita kena pulangkan semula? To balance the amount of carbon in and out. Okay, so kenapa kita kena balancekan balik? Sebab kalau tak balance, tak cukup carbon, pokok tak boleh ambil carbon dan kita tak boleh dapat oksigen. Nampak tak sebenarnya dia banyak efek. Dan katalah kalau carbon dekat environment kita tak ambil, kita biar aja. So ini boleh jadi macam soalan tadi, greenhouse effect. Kalau ataupun katalah combustion banyak berlaku, so dia akan menyebabkan greenhouse effect, carbon dioksida akan jadi banyak, so suhu bumi akan meningkat. Nampak efek dia is like that. Okay, now let's go for the tropical rainforest stratification. Okay, so just now during lake, the zonation is based on light penetration, distance from the shore and depth. So kalau tropical rainforest is based on humidity, okay, dan kita tahu they receive the large amount of rain, okay, throughout the year, right? So this one will be the number 2. And at the same time, bila humidity ni kita boleh relate juga dengan penetration of sunlight. Okay, so large amount of rain throughout the year. Okay, before we go for the question, let's have a look. Okay, so nampak yang ni menunjukkan ketinggian. So this one is the strata there. Alright, so what is the highest one? Okay, so yang paling tinggi kita sebut the emergent. Okay. So this one, canopy. Right? So this one will be understory. Okay, so understory. Alright, so yang ni rasanya apa? Okay, ground kan? So forest floor. Lantai dia. Alright, so kalau yang ni, shrub. Okay, so tambahlah layer kat tepi tu So emergent, canopy, understory, shrub layer and forest floor. name the layer. Okay, so tadi kita dah tuliskan. So sekarang kita salin balik ke sharp. Okay, and then okay. Alright, give example, okay, of the dominant plant and animal at the layer V. Okay, so V mana? Tengok balik. V. Dominant plant. Kita nampak ada lah macam batang kayu 2 ekor dia duduk kat sini kan. So, siapa yang boleh survive kat situ? Alright. So, kita boleh namakan semua pokok yang memang ketinggian dia melebihi 40 meter. So, contohnya tualang tree. Okay. Agree pula. Okay, tualang tree. Apa lagi? Meranti. Okay. Jadi, semua kayu-kayu yang mahal ni memang dari sana lah. Alright. So, please remember 2 or 3 example lah. Okay, so sebenarnya dekat sini only one example kan. So, you please put only one example. Okay, so kenapa Madam highlight please one example? Takut kalau awak letak 2, katalah salah satu, yang keduanya adalah salah, takut semua jadi salah. Okay. Alright, so what is the animal yang mungkin boleh duduk? So, kalau kita lihat kat sini, when you give the example like tualang tree. Okay, so sebenarnya you pernah minum madu tak? Okay, sebenarnya dia ada tualang bee, madu ataupun lebah yang memang duduk dekat pokok tualang. Madu dia mahal Okay, then what else? Eagle. Okay, jangan pula tiba-tiba pergi tulis elephant. Aduh, kesannya elephant awak nak panjat tinggi-tinggi macam tu kan. Alright, so yang logik, hawk. Cukuplah. Okay, dia bagi minta satu, so tolong tulis satu je. Madam sebab kita tengah bincang, jadi saya bagi. Okay, why this forest is called as tropical rainforest? Okay, you dah faham Tropical means because located at tropical zone. Betul tak? Kita ni zone tropical. Okay, itu je lah. Alright. Dan apa lagi ciri-ciri zone tropika kita? Kita tahu kita mendapat cahaya matahari dan hujan sepanjang tahun. So that one also can consider. Receive the large amount of rain throughout the year. So bila large amount of rain, so they also can cause high humidity area. Okay, dan dia juga hot and humid. Sebab kita terima hujan dan panas sepanjang tahun. So you just pilih lah mana-mana yang related. So related here is actually refer to the tropical. So now question number 4. Okay. Okay. So figure 4 show the number pyramid. So look at here. So they have a producer. So ini bilangan number dia. Primary consumer, secondary and tertiary. Okay. Based on the average length of an organism collected from an ecosystem. Okay. So highlight they didn't give what types of ecosystem. Dia sebut secara umum saja from ecosystem. So what is the relationship between the number and the size of organism? Okay, tengok Kalau soalan dah cakap it's a relationship. Okay. So, mesti dia ada hubungan between number and the size. Jangan tertinggal. Okay. So, kita lihat what is the hubungan dia. Okay. So, kalau selalunya dalam maths, macam mana you answer your relationship? Bukan your relationship, relationship dalam soalan So, the larger, the bigger, the smaller. Macam itulah. So, dekat sini, kalau dia tengok relationship, so kalau contoh dekat sini lah, kita tahu tertiary consumer besar ke kecil? Okay, so selalunya besar lah berbanding dengan kita punya secondary, primary kan? So, the relationship, the bigger the organism, okay, so the smaller ke the larger the population? The smaller the number of organisms. Okay, so ini yang dimasukkan dengan relationship. So nampak the bigger the organism, the smaller the number of organisms. Okay, so relationship. Macam tu cara jawabnya. Okay, apart from the size, what other measurement can be used to illustrate the number of organisms in the number in a number pyramid. So macam kat sini kita nampak the bigger, smaller the number. So kita boleh guna apa? Kita boleh guna another pyramid which is we call pyramid biomass tu kan? Okay, so ingat lagi tak biomass tu sebenarnya apa? Yes, dia adalah dry weight of the organism. Susahnya. Okay, boleh. Okay, give the name example for the secondary and tertiary consumer again. Okay, so tengok kat sini. So tengok dekat sini dia tak bagi tahu apa jenis ekosistem. Aquatic ke, terrestrial ke, dia tak bagi. Jadi bila dia tak bagi, so kita bebas letak apa-apa yang logik. Kita tahu secondary selalunya apa? Okay, for example, secondary consumer. Okay, so for example like a rabbit. Okay, boleh jadi apa? Cow. Okay, kalau tertiary, okay, yang besar sikit, snake. Okay, boleh jadi tiger. Okay, boleh. Now, let's go for the B. Alright, so yang ni please be careful. Dia dah bagi dalam coral reef community. So apa yang you faham pasal coral reef community? So this one is the aquatic ecosystem. Okay, identify dulu. Then, what mean by biomass? Okay, atas ni kita dah jawab, nampak? Biomass means is a dry weight. Jadi macam mana kita buat? Alright, so total dry mass or weight. Okay, or satu ke? Tak. Kalau dia semua, kita kena kutip semua sea urchin ni dan kita masukkan dalam oven, kita keringkan dia dan kita timbang sampai berat dia adalah constant. Itu maksudnya dry weight. So, total dry mass weight of all organisms in each trophic level. Okay, agak menyusahkan sikit lah kalau kita nak dapatkan ni. Okay, in each trophic level. So kita kena kutip semua, tangkap dia semua, kita masukkan dia dalam oven dan kita akan timbang. Okay. Name one organism that has the role as secondary consumer. So you check here kan. Okay. So kita boleh tengok sini. This one is what? Primary consumer. Sorry, primary producer. Okay. So yang ni siapa? Secondary ataupun primary and secondary consumer. Okay, and this one, this one is a primary, primary consumer, and this one is the secondary consumer. Alright. Now, kita balik, name the organism. So, siapa yang dalam secondary consumer? So, seorang dia, which is fish. Construct the food chain from the given. Okay, so kat sini kita ada banyak pilihan. So kita pilih satu lah yang mana yang you rasa nak. Okay, so let's say saya pilih yang first one, algal in coral. Okay, for this one you have to do the arrow. Okay, kat sini madam tak boleh buat arrow, saya do like this. But you must do arrow. Okay, then see a fin. Arrow. We say arrow and fish. Predict what happen if coral polyp die. Okay, coral polyp mati. Dia akan efek pada orang atas dan juga orang bawah. So kita lihat dulu orang bawah. Coral mati. So tak ada coral yang boleh consume on the algae. So what happen to the algae? Jadi the number of algae will increase. Sebab tak ada orang nak makan dia kan. Alright. Then the second one, bawah settle. Apa jadi pada fish? Okay, fish kurang pilihan makanan, betul tak? So what happened to the fish? So the fish population might decrease. Okay. Sebenarnya kita boleh tambah satu lagi. Kita tengok kawan dia. Sea urchin. Sukalah dia, tak ada dia punya kompetitor kan. So what happened to the sea urchin? Kita boleh tulis sea urchin increase. Tak ada pesaing dia kan. Oh, senang lah sebab less competition. So 2 markah ya, jadi letak dia je lah. Alright, so next question number 5. Alright, so this one is the population growth. Okay, can you recall what mean by population growth? Ingat lagi tak? Okay, so population increase, sebab growth kan, increase in number when available resources are greater. Okay, are greater. Dan mesti ingat dia mesti ada in a period. Okay, dia mesti ada time period. Okay, bila definisi macam ni, kita mesti kena ada time period. Sebab growth nampak dia ada time dan dia ada bagi apa yang kena grow ni lah. Okay, so if you look at here, okay, so slow grow, fast grow and carrying capacity. Okay, so dia adalah S-shape. Carrying capacity tu maksudnya itulah yang environment tu boleh tampung dia. Okay, so maximum lah. So why does the initial phase start slowly? Kat sini lah. Kenapa initial phase start slowly? Right. So 2 markah diberi. Why? Mungkin baru kan? So lack of picture individuals. Kenapa saya tulis kat sini individuals? Tengok balik. Dia bagi individual. Jadi kita ambil balik. Jangan letak organism, oh tiba-tiba awak teringat bakteria ke, jangan. So kalau awak dah confused, saya nak letak apa kat sini? So kita recall balik apa yang diberi dalam kita punya group curve ni, ambil dan tulis sini. Okay, so individual that will be introduced. Okay, baru point pertama. The second point is what? Number of extensive enough to ensure the itu maksudnya pasangan. Okay, number of extensive. So pasangan dia belum reproduce lagi. Okay, disebabkan belum mature. Jadi kita skip. So next, list the 3 environmental factor that could cause the slow population growth. So bila dia adalah environmental factor, sama maksud dengan limiting factor. Okay, so what are the limiting factor yang you boleh ingat? Okay, contohnya disease. Lagi. Predation. Alright. Food shortage. So kalau kita confirm yang ni adalah dalam paramecium ke, dalam culture, limited space, semua tu kita boleh masuk lah. So sebenarnya ada banyak so saya boleh buat je lah. Okay, explain the final phase where the number of individual in the population is constant. Okay, why? Why dekat sini dia constant? Kenapa tak naik dan terus naik? Tak boleh sebab yang ni adalah sigmoid growth curve. Jadi kalau sigmoid mesti dia ada yang limit. So apa yang limit? So kat sini kita selalunya assume the natality will be equal to mortality. Ingat lagi tak natality apa? Kadar kelahiran. So mortality kadar kematian. Jadi yang lahir dan yang mati sama. Jadi dia akan back to balance. Sebab tu dia constant. Okay, so kalau kita lihat kat sini dia constant. Sebab populasi dia sebenarnya tak bertambah. Sebab yang mati akan diganti dengan yang hidup. So cukup-cukup je lah. So tak ada yang lain. Alright. So next question. Show the growth pattern in a population. Okay, so kita nampak lagi sekali sigmoid curve. So ingat, kita ada 2 jenis curve dalam population genetic yang kita belajar. Population ecology. Okay, so the first one sigmoid curve which is like a S shape dan satu lagi J shape. Nanti kita ada J shape. Okay, name the phase E. Okay, apa dia? Lag phase. Kita nampak kalau G, dia naik sikit kan, kalau G. Alright, dia naik dan dia dah mula nak constant sikit kan. Yang ni yang naik mendadak. Okay, so ini adalah exponential dan G adalah decelerating. Nampak dia dah mula menurun. Okay, list two environmental factor that cause the population to decrease. Okay, sama macam soalan atas tadi. So this might be because of disease, can be about degradation, okay, food shortage, okay, shortage, okay, apa lagi, limited space, macam saya sebut tadi kan. Sebab kat sini soalan dia umum, jadi kita boleh letak lah. And might be because of the accumulation of toxic waste. Okay, dua je. Saya saja letak sebab pilihan untuk anda lah. Okay, next. Alright, question number 6. Okay. Alright, kalau kita lihat question number 6, bila kita tengok dulu, it's a group of two species of Paramecium. Okay, ingat Paramecium protista, kan? Alright, this one they cultured alone, and if you look at here, they cultured mix. Alright, so apakah mungkin dekat sini boleh berlaku? Dekat sini, you can write no competition between these two compounds. No competition between these two Paramecium. But in this situation, what happened? There is a competition. Okay? Okay, so intraspecific lah. Okay? That's why nampak. Maksudnya kalau dia tak compete, maksudnya kadar kelahiran, kadar pertumbuhan dia adalah lebih kurang sama. Tapi kita nampak Aurelia ni tetap lebih sikit lah. Okay? Okay, intraspecific, interspecific competition kat sini. Okay. Name the population growth curve. Tengok, apa population growth curve ni? Dan kita nampak dia adalah S-shape. Kat sini walaupun tak berapa S-shape tapi still ada. So this one is known as sigmoid growth. Okay. Sigmoid growth. Okay. Ataupun nama common dia logistic. What is the carrying capacity for this population? Saya terlompat. Sorry. Okay, name the population dekat sini lah sigmoid. Sigmoid. Sama. Two density dependent factor in mixed culture. Density dependent. Okay, what you can understand by density dependent? Okay, so bila dia adalah density dependent, maksudnya the population size is related. Okay, maksudnya the effect will be related to the population size. Jadi kalau populasi dia banyak, dia akan bagi kesan. Okay, so what is the population size yang boleh memberi kesan kepada apa, the environmental factor dia? So maybe food shortage. Okay, apa lagi? Dan kita nampak dia adalah Paramecium, so maybe limited ataupun space. Okay, space. Alright, apa lagi? Kita nampak dia asalnya akan duduk dalam petri dish, kan? So mungkin accumulation of toxic base. Okay, so dia boleh effect. Okay, so alright, now two reason why P. aurelia has advantage over caudatum. So kalau dia no competition pun, kalau kita nampak P. aurelia ni dia tetap lebih hebat. P. caudatum kurang hebat. Jangan kecil hati ya, P. caudatum terpaksalah. Okay, set badan. Alright, kenapa? So kita boleh assume P. aurelia is what? Faster in reproduce. Okay, so dia cepat membiak. Jadi bila dia boleh, so apa lagi? Bila dia faster reproduce, sebenarnya at the same time sebenarnya dia may be more efficient in feeding contohnya. Okay, what else? Maybe dia better adaptation. Kita buat lain kat sini. Better adaptation to the environment dia. Okay, ataupun mungkin apa lagi? Kita tahu dia akan duduk dalam petri dish, kan? So dia akan remove the base dalam tempat yang sama. So maybe P. aurelia ni better ataupun resistant to accumulation toxic. Jadi semua kemungkinan, maksudnya kita boleh cerita semua limiting factor ni sebagai advantage untuk kita punya P. aurelia untuk better adaptation. Jadi selalunya kita terbalikkan saja. Okay. Alright. So next, paramecium lagi sekali, inner culture. Alright, kita nampak shape. Yang ni tadi saya dah jawab. So, what is the carrying capacity? Tengok kat sini. Ni dia. Okay, dia dah bagi siap. So just letak saja 1500. Done. Okay, kalau nak letak mililiter pun boleh. Sebab nampak dia bagi dekat sini in mililiter. Next. What will happen to the population size if natality? Ingat tak saya sebut natality is what? Birth rate more than mortality. Mortality is death rate. Okay. So birth rate more than death. Jadi yang lahir lebih banyak daripada yang mati. So automatic kita faham population size increase. Okay. Alright, next. Explain what will happen to the population of paramecium species if predator were introduced to the medium. Okay, so sekarang kat sini kita introduce the predator. Elok-elok dia dengan hidup dia, kita nak ganggu hidup dia pula kan? Okay, nasib badan. So what happened? The population size of paramecium hati-hati. Bila dekat sini paramecium, okay, you have to underline. Alamak, mana underline saya kat sini? Okay, so you have to underline here. Okay, ataupun nak italic pun tak jumpa lah. Oh, tak jumpa. Okay, so make sure you italickan dia. Alright. Sorry, tulisan awak dah memang tak boleh nak italic kan? Underlinekan paramecium. Tolong ini saya tak dapat, saya tak jumpa icon dia lah. Okay, population of paramecium SP will decrease. Okay. Why? Because predator consume ataupun dia buat apa? Eat the paramecium. Okay, tolong paramecium SP. Kena ikut syarat penulisan binomial kita Kita dah belajar biodiversity kan. Jadi tengok dekat sini pun soalan pun dia italic, tapi tulisan awak tak boleh italic. Jadi tolong underlinekan dua ni tolong underline. Okay, question number 7. Okay. So show the logistic growth curve of paramecium SP. Baik, kelima betul paramecium hari ni Okay, so we have M, N, P and Q. Okay, what is phase P? Okay, so kita nampak P dah mula slow down a little bit. So this one will be the accelerating. Okay. So one environmental resistant that slow down. Okay, so apakah environmental resistant? Okay, yang slow down, dia naik dengan banyak tapi suddenly dia mula slow down. So normally shortage of food. Okay, dan kita nampak dia sebenarnya paramecium. So accumulation of toxic waste. Okay, lagi apa? Shortage ataupun limited space. Okay, okay lah, hidup satu kan. Okay, so mana one example, okay, density independent. Tadi saya bagi tahu pasal dependent. Maksudnya they are related to the population size. Kalau independent, not related to the population size. So selalunya yang ni, apa yang not related to the population size? Okay, dalam kita punya pembelajaran ekologi, kita belajar apa? Tsunami, earthquake, the forest fire something. Boleh tak saya letak yang tu? Tolong ya, paramecium. Aduh, paramecium nak kena tsunami ke? Paramecium terbakar ke? Okay, so please, which is related. Dan kita tahu paramecium normally they will be stay in the petri dish. Okay, ataupun mungkin dalam aquatic lah. Dia punya kawasannya aquatic. So, mungkin changes, okay, in temperature. Okay, alright. So, mungkin apa? Changes in pH might be, alright, ataupun maybe apa? Chemical factor. Okay, so chemical factor ni mungkinlah dekat tasik tu kita ada tumpahan waste daripada kilang ke, so dia boleh effect. Okay, so semua ni kita cuba relatekan dalam pond ataupun yang kita growkan dia dalam petri dish. So selalunya bila kita measure ni, kita yang growkan dia. Okay, alright. How K can be increased beyond the existing? So kita tahu carrying capacity kita di sini. Okay, so macam saya bagi tahu tadi, kita imagine paramecium ni kita culturekan dia dalam petri dish. Jadi sekarang semua environmental resistance dia kita overcome untuk increasekan size of the paramecium. So how to overcome? For the first one, shortage of food. Jadi kita buat apa? Provide more food. Itu je. Okay. Accumulation of toxic waste. So we remove the toxic waste. Senang kan? Okay, ini limited space. So we increase the space. Habis. Okay. Nampak sebenarnya bila dia kata kita nak increase the carrying capacity tu, sebenarnya kita overcome balik masalah dia dekat. Alright, so last question for our ecology. Okay. So show the population curve. Okay, yang ni please be careful So sekarang dalam satu curve ni kita nampak dia ada dua. So rasanya X is what? Sigma. Okay, nampak sebab dia sigma akan lebih sikit lah. Betul lah. Okay, tapi saya tak nak lebih sikit. Sigma nampak dia X shape. Yang ni, ingat tak tadi saya ada bagi tahu kita ada another one which is known as J curve. Okay? Bukan J curve J curve. J curve ni selalunya nama lain dia adalah exponential, kan? J. Maksudnya dia unlimited kat atas tu. So, apa nama dia kat sini? Logistic. Okay. Sebenarnya sigma ini macam another name lah. Satu lagi exponential. Okay. So, make sure you tambah group curve. So, and this one group curve also. Okay, done. Okay, so here state an example of an organism which show the population group curve in figure 8. Okay, state an example example. Jadi kita biasa tengok kalau untuk sigmoid tu tadi selalunya paramecium kita lah yang paling glamour. So paramecium SP, ingat paramecium SP you have to underline dia. Okay, mesti underline. And J ke dalam contoh dalam kita punya syllabus is a human population. Human population jangan pula buat human species, salah. Populasi human yang kita count, measure dalam exponential curve ni. What is P? Tengok balik, mana P? Okay, so nampak dia akan jadi limiting factor. Dah sebut dah. So, this one best known as carrying capacity. Okay. Define P. Okay, what you can understand by P? Okay, so the maximum number of population size that can be supported by the available resources. Okay, so kat sini kita tak tahu apa benda yang available, food ke, space ke, sebenarnya kita tak nampak. Jadi kita just buat secara umum available resources. Okay, two factor that might limit the value. Okay, so limiting factor kita lah. Okay, so mungkin boleh jadi food. Okay, kalau kat sini semua ni ada, nampak? Okay, so sangat asyik guna je kata ni kan. Okay, so kat sini mungkin kita boleh tambah sebab ada human kan, so maybe disease. Okay. Right. Some limiting factor and are said to be density independent. Tadi saya dah define what mean by density dependent. What is mean by the density independent factor and give an example. Tengok kat sini tolong hati-hati tolong highlight kat sini. Highlight. Okay. So dekat sini first dia nak tahu what is mean by density dependent dan kedua dia nak example. Selalunya student takut dia terlepas pandang, dia nampak satu saja. Okay. So what mean factor that limit the population size, okay, not related ataupun irrespective. Okay. The population size. Maksudnya irrespectively ni maksudnya tidak berkaitan, okay, ataupun not related to the population size. Alright. What is the example? So kat sini dia tak tanya. Jadi kita dia tak bagi tahu dia dalam environment mana. So kita boleh bebas letaklah. So maybe climate change. Okay. Apa lagi? Weather. Sebenarnya climate change dengan weather ni samalah. Baiklah, saya letak satu je. Forest fire. Masa saya sebut tadi kan. Forest fire, tsunami, earthquake, semua tu boleh lah. Okay. Satu tu. Right? Okay. So that's all untuk kita punya the first chapter which is ecology. Okay. So diharap perbincangan kita hari ini membantu anda semua and jangan risau, selepas ini kita akan lihat untuk chapter yang ketiga. Okay. See you in next discussion for chapter 2. Okay. Terima kasih semua. Selamat mengulang kaji. Bye.